Hello everyone, with me for TVS News. And these are the headlines. Telaga on the potential to develop ecotourism. COVID-19, no new cases, Kuching jetty cluster ends. 18 individuals slapped with 1,000 ringgit compound. The Sarawak government will continue to improve and transform Telaga Air with complete ecotourism facilities. Chief Minister Dato' Petinggi Abang Zohari Tun Openg said Telaga Air area for more than 20 years ago has been developed based on the concept of a rural ghost centre (RGC). Up until now, Telaga Air has successfully strengthened its identity as one of the catalysts of the ecotourism industry in Sarawak.
Melihat potensi daripada muara sungai Telaga Air ini hingga ke hujung ke kampung Au, dan saya lihat bahawa potensinya begitu baik untuk menarik spot fishing dan juga dapat menarik para pelancong untuk melihat kawasan Ramsar wetland yang memberi tarikan kepada kawasan ini. Dan kawasan ini pula boleh supplement atau complement Pantai Damai. Kerana umpamanya kita boleh meneruskan cruising kita daripada Telaga Air terus ke Pantai Damai.
On the same development, Abang Zohari said, Telaga Air, Pantai Damai and Lunju area have the same potential for recreational fishing or sport fishing and added tourist attraction. These three locations, he said, will be connected through the soon-to-be completed Rambungan Bridge.
Dan kita rasa bahawa 3 spot untuk bandaraya Kuching ini yang harus kita bangun, iaitu satunya Telaga Air, 2 Pantai Damai, 3-nya Lunduk Sematan. Jadi 3 ini adalah rangkaian dan kita rasa boleh menarik para pelancong kerana keindahannya lebih baik di sini. Of course you don't have the beach, but you got beach in Sematan. And then Teluk Melanong. And this one is not far because once you have the Rambungan Bridge from Telaga Air, you use Rambungan Bridge, 40 minutes you reach that side.
However, Abang Zohari said the development of the new facilities in Telaga Air is still in the planning stage. He said this when attending Telaga Air Development Briefing Program by the Land Custody and Development Authority (LCDA) earlier today.
The Sarawak government continues to further enhance the Telaga Air RGC development infrastructure on a larger scale for its tourism sector.
Beberapa cadangan telah pun dikemukakan oleh pihak JKK Kampung untuk dibangunkan oleh pihak kerajaan. Antaranya ialah untuk membesarkan Esplanade Telaga Air ini. Yang keduanya untuk menambahkan bilangan gerai-gerai penjajah dan juga gerai makanan laut. Di samping itu juga untuk meningkatkan prasarana lain seperti jambatan, titi dan sebagainya. Pada masa yang sama juga dicadangkan untuk dibangunkan sebuah marina di berhampiran dengan kawasan ini supaya ianya terus menjadi tarikan kepada pelancong dan pelawat.
Rahman added, these proactive steps taken by the Chief Minister could help increase the community's socio-economic status and enhance the tourism industry.
The enhancement plan announced to develop Telaga Air would further benefit traders and the economic growth in the area.
Bila ada kemudahan nak dikata oleh CM kita, alhamdulillah lah. Mudah-mudahan juga benda nak macam ya apa namanya macam untuk kesenangan kami orang berniaga situ lah semua.
Meanwhile, boat operator Awang Ramli said they will also benefit from the development following the introduction of recreational fishing or sport fishing in the area.
Baguslah cadangan CM yang mendapat dibangunkanlah Telaga Air tu. Jadi sambilnya membangunkan Telaga Air, boat ride tu upgrade lah artinya. Orang kita pun upgrade. Jadi pekerjaan untuk anak muda tu makin luas. Sungguh pun waktu tu dia kecil-kecil pun nya mau bekerja juga, walaupun yang ambil 2-3 ringgit. Nya suka.
Schools are now cautiously reopening with children mostly back behind their desks by tomorrow. With strict adherence to guidelines and standard operation procedure SOP assured by the Sarawak Disaster Management Committee SDMC and the Education Department. Being mindful of the fact that education play a vital role in the future planning, the Assistant Minister at the Chief Minister's Office, Native Laws and Customs said the safety aspects should also be prioritized.
Therefore, cooperation of all parties are needed to ensure that the SOP could be executed smoothly. Previously, schools stationed in Kuching District, Padawan and Serian were postponed following the increase of COVID-19 cases in the area.
Meanwhile, majority of parents agree that schools have better educational implications towards their children rather than online classes conducted at home.
Okey, pendapat saya jika Isnin ini hantar anak ke sekolah tak ada masalah selagi mana SOP dipatuhi. Lagipun kalau di rumah tak dapat nak fokus, anak-anak lebih banyak bermain. Jadi di sekolah saya rasa lebih fokus pada pembelajaran anak-anak. Itu yang sepatutnya lah bagi pendapat pribadi saya lah.
Whilst with the virtual study online, it's kind of gaps that we are separated by the screens, which not all of them can focus on it. And also, not all the students have the proper tools and the access to the internet. This might cause them to miss out their lessons.
The Kuching Jetty cluster has officially ended today with no new COVID-19 cases recorded. Sarawak Disaster Management Committee SDMC said the only 2 positive cases from the cluster involving foreign workers were detected on July 19. They recovered and discharged from the hospital on July 30th.
SDMC in the statement said the 2 foreign workers have no record of travelling outside the country within 30 days prior of the infection. With the end of the aforementioned cluster, there are now 7 active clusters. With 0 cases reported today, that concludes the total number of virus cases in Sarawak remains at 682.
Poor standard operation procedure SOP compliance landed 18 individuals compound of RM1,000 each. Kuching District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Police Awang Din Awangani said the compounds were issued against patrons of a bistro along the EU High Street. Apart from that, police also carried out inspection at public spaces with small gathering at Jalan Gambir, the waterfront and the main bazaar.
Awang Din said that the violators were given 2 weeks to settle the compound at the Kuching Division Health Office. He urged members of the public to adhere to the SOP set by the government to curb the spread of the COVID-19.
An advanced community is not only measured in terms of its physical development but also in its education and security. This is where the responsibility of the Tuai Rumah or village chief role comes in to manage the affair.
According to Pakan Assemblyman Tan Sri William Mawan Ekom, a community will be facing challenges due to the lack of concern from their village chief, which would hinder their development. Thus, he urged Pakan community to be united and work hard in hand in order for the government's development plans can be implemented effectively.
On another note, Mawan urged the Tuai Rumah as well as the Village Security and Development Committee JKKK to fully support the community policing program introduced by the government.
Community policing program is a stringent and effective preventive measures taken by the government in efforts to curb the spread of diseases such as COVID-19, rabies, malaria and dengue. Mawan said leaders at the grassroots level need to monitor the entry of illegal immigrants into villages and longhouses over fear of infectious diseases.
Malaysian police intends to acquire information from their Filipino counterparts following the arrest of notorious Abu Sayyaf sub-commander Edang Susukan in Davao, Philippines. Edang was linked directly to a kidnapping in Sabah waters and the beheading of a Sarawakian tourist, Bernard Dan, who was taken from Ocean King Seafood Restaurant in Sanakan on May 14, 2015.
Hazani said they would get in touch with their counterparts to share information they had gathered through interrogation of the suspect linked to kidnappings in Sabah. The 34-year-old Edang, whose real name is Abdul Jihad Susukan, was arrested by Philippine police at the House of Moro National Liberation Front MNLF leader Nur Miswari at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday. Edang was in the city to get a prosthetic to replace his left arm, which he had lost during a gun battle with the Philippine military early last year. According to the Southern Mindanao Regional Police Chief Brig Gen Filmo Escobar said, Edang surrendered himself without any resistance when he was served the warrants of arrest. In reference to 34 warrants of arrest against him for killing and kidnappings in the southern Philippines and the east coast of Sabah. Edang was also involved in a spate of cross-border abductions in Sabah's east coast since 2013, including those of Chinese national Gao Huayun and Filipino Marcy Darawan at Singamata Reef Resort in Semporna waters on April 2, 2014. Chinese national Yang Zhai Ling from Wonderful Turaf Fish Farm in Lahad Datu on May 6, 2014, and Malaysian Chan Sai Chun, who was snatched from his fish farm in Kampong Sapang in Kunak on June 16, 2014.
That's all from me, Emmanuel Ruben. Anytime, anywhere.